Ladies and gentlemen, well, we're here again for the second annual meeting of the Global Business Network for Social Protection Floors. And let me say it's really great to see so many of you around the table this morning. And let me begin by thanking you all for your commitment and your support for the initiative that we launched together just last year. I must say I see around the table some very familiar faces, some of the pioneers of this initiative. Some people have been with us since last year, but also some new faces as well. And I think the most important thing is we seem to be on a growth trajectory here, and that is tremendously encouraging. Thank you all for your interest. At the risk of stating the obvious, social protection is at the heart of the mandate of our organisation, the International Labour Organization, and we are committed in this office to support our member states, we have 187 of them around the world, in making the human right to social protection a reality for all women and men. Social protection, in fact, is one of the 4 pillars of our decent work agenda. That's along with employment creation, the guarantee of rights at work, and social dialogue. In 2012, our conference, we have an annual conference every June, adopted the Social Protection Floors Recommendation. It's number 202, which acknowledged the importance of social protection as an intrinsic part of fair and sustainable economic development. And this recommendation calls for basic social protection guarantees for all as an investment in a country's human capital. And this basic social protection, to be clear, comprises access to essential health care and basic income security for children, for persons in active working age, and for older persons, with the specific levels of protection defined nationally by each of our member states. Our calculations show that the recurrent costs of basic social protection are affordable in most developing countries, although external support may be required to help strengthen national capacities and to ensure the sustainability of social protection systems. But the fact of the matter is that basic social protection is not yet a reality, and the vast majority of the world's population, 73%, still lacks access to adequate social protection. And I think we would all concur that this is unacceptable from a human rights perspective, and it's also a missed opportunity from a purely economic and social development point of view as well. Because more and more evidence shows that social protection significantly contributes to reducing poverty, exclusion, and inequality, while enhancing political stability and social cohesion. And social protection can also be a powerful tool for the mitigation of the effects of economic crisis and in promoting recovery from crisis. And that includes natural disasters and conflicts as well as economic problems. It contributes to economic growth by supporting household income and thus domestic consumption. And it also enhances human capital and productivity, making it a critical policy for transformative national development. Ladies and gentlemen, the United Nations adopted its 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda last September of last year, I should say, with its 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And in this agenda, the international community has acknowledged the importance of supporting the development of social protection systems, including social protection floors, which contribute, among others, to the SDG, Sustainable Development Goal number 1, on ending poverty, Goal number 3, which is on ensuring healthy lives, SDG 5, on achieving gender equality, SDG 8, on promoting decent work for all, and SDG 10 on reducing inequality. You can see how important this issue is across the development agenda. Now, to support all of this, the ILO has launched its own global flagship programme on building social protection floors for all, which will bring together the efforts of employers, workers, local and national government, United Nations agencies, and the private sector for the achievement of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. And with this flagship programme, the ILO's intention is to go beyond small and piecemeal interventions to pursue ambitious projects with scale and with impact. And for its first 5 years, this global programme will focus efforts on 21 selected countries and will be informed by country experiences to develop guides and practical tools that can be used elsewhere, can be replicated. It is results-oriented, benefiting from efficient impact measurement tools progressively developed by our organisation. And it's our belief that this global programme will enable millions of people to have better access to social protection in the next 5 years. And I want to mention as well that we're working with the World Bank and other development partners in a new global partnership for universal social protection. I launched this with President Kim of the World Bank in the margins of the UN General Assembly last month, and it's going to support a variety of measures to help countries reach all people and all vulnerable groups in particular. There's a real momentum in all of this work. Ladies and gentlemen, in all of this, the private sector has a key role to play. And that role in the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals goes beyond simply providing financial support and specific skills. It includes as well proposing innovative solutions, which you're very well placed to do. It's true that social protection ultimately remains the responsibility of the state, but enterprises can, and I hope will, play a significant role in promoting and realising social protection floors. The importance of engaging with the private sector to achieve the SDGs is highlighted in the 2030 Agenda as an important part of its means of implementation. And that's why the ILO, in shaping its approach to the SDGs on social protection, decided to establish, together with the pioneering enterprises represented here today, this network. It's intended as a knowledge-sharing platform for enterprises that are developing social protection programs within their companies, and also for enterprises willing to support the development of national social protection floors. Now, I've been very pleased to see that progress, and I think important progress, has been achieved over the year since the creation of the network, and I can see it in evidence in this room. We are sharing knowledge, we are sharing initiatives. And I want to encourage you all to be as engaged as possibly you can in order for this peer-to-peer exercise to deliver all of its potential value. It is by learning from successes and also failures that we will be able to engage more enterprises in developing social protection programs and to do so more effectively as well. I think that building a foundation of solid empirical-based knowledge on social protection will be instrumental in mobilizing more enterprises. There is a need to better understand the linkages between social protection, social and economic performance of enterprises, and overall growth. And such evidence is essential in order to feed national social dialogues. I think it would also be needed to engage governments in the further development of social protection systems that the world needs. Finally, let me say that I believe that enterprises, along with national employers' organisations, and I look to the role of the IOE, can contribute to making real change happen. And I know that some of you are currently working with your national employers' organisations and with governments to pilot social protection schemes in countries where social protection systems remain weak. Let me take the opportunity to encourage this type of approach, where companies look beyond their own employees and support the broader national schemes that have the potential to universalise the right to social protection and to improving working conditions in the entire economy. And let me say that it's a particular pleasure to have with us today representatives from Cameroon, from China, and from Pakistan. And I hope that in the future, more companies from the developing world will be with us. The launch of the National Business Network for Social Protection Floors in Pakistan, where employers' organizations, multinationals, national enterprises, and academics have joined forces to improve the existing social protection system and promote and support the installation of national social protection floors is, I believe, a really promising development for our global business network. So that's what I wanted to say to open the meeting, Adam. Thank you again for being with us. I'm sorry the weather is not a little bit more welcoming for you, but perhaps it would encourage you to stay in the room and work hard together. So thank you all very much, and I'm really pleased to see you all, and please rely on the ILO for our continued support, and Linda, I say that to the IOE as well, to make this network grow and succeed. Thank you so much.
Thanks.